Would you like to improve your grammar by learning about conditional sentences in English? Welcome to Jen's Jyugyou. My name is Jen, and today we're going to take a look at the 4 main types of conditional sentences in English. In English, all conditionals are made up of 2 basic parts: an if clause and a main clause. The if clause is the condition within the sentence, and the main clause is the result. The first type of conditional sentence that I want to take a look at is called the zero conditional sentence in English. This can be confusing for some non-native English speakers, but a zero conditional sentence is used when the results and the condition are generally true. It's used for scientific facts. It's used when, if this condition happens, this result should be true 98% of the time. When we make these sentences, we start with if, and then we make a regular simple present sentence, plus a comma to separate the if clause from the main clause. And then after the comma, you will have another simple present sentence. So your subject, verb that matches the subject-verb agreement, and then your object, if there is one. So it's basically saying, if A happens, B happens. If you freeze water, it becomes ice. This is an example of a zero conditional sentence. It's a fact. So if you freeze water is the if clause, the condition. It becomes ice is the main clause and the result of the if clause. If it's hot, ice cream melts. If you have trouble seeing, you need glasses. If you mix red and blue together, you get purple. From those examples, hopefully you can see how the zero conditional is a fact, and it is an if clause, which is the conditional, plus the main clause, which is the result. In the zero conditional, it is possible to replace the word if with the word when. For example, when you freeze water, it becomes ice is also an acceptable sentence. Next, let's talk about the first conditional in English. The first conditional is talking about a future prediction or a future action, what we imagine could happen in the future. So it follows the pattern of if A happens, B will happen in the future. To create first conditional sentences, you're going to start with if plus a simple present sentence, then a comma to separate the 2 clauses, and then subject plus will or won't plus a base verb. This is the formula for first conditional sentences. If you study hard, you will improve your English. So the if clause, the condition is you studying hard. If you study hard, and the result or the main clause, you will improve your English. It's talking about a future event because this is the first conditional. If you study hard, you will improve your English. If it rains, we won't have a picnic. If it rains, we will not have a picnic. So this is a first conditional, and in the main clause, the result, we're making it a negative result. If she doesn't get a promotion, she will look for a new job. If I sleep in, I will be late. If he eats fast food, he won't lose weight. Hopefully you can see through these examples that the first conditional sentence is used to talk about actions that might happen in the future, predicting the result based on the condition. The second conditional is used for situations that are hypothetical. So situations that are unreal, that are imagined. So you're thinking about how if something was different right now or in the future, how things would be different. So if A happens, then B would also happen. To make second conditional sentences, you're going to start with if, then you're going to make a simple past sentence. So even though we're talking about the present or future imagined state, we're starting off with if plus the simple past. This is important. This is why many students often get confused. If plus simple past sentence plus comma plus subject plus would or would not plus base verb. If I won the lottery, I would travel around the world. So I did not win the lottery, and I don't buy lottery tickets, so this is an imagined, hypothetical situation. If I won the lottery, if this condition was met, then the result is that I would travel around the world. But nothing in this sentence is true. The whole sentence is imagined, which is why many people call the second conditional sentence the imagined or unreal conditional. If I won the lottery, I would travel around the world. If she exercised, she would lose weight. If I drank more coffee, I wouldn't be able to sleep. If he weren't sick, he would go to the party. This sentence is a little bit tricky. If he weren't sick, he would go to the party. When we are making second conditional sentences, for all of your pronouns, I, you, he, she, it, they, we, you're going to use were for all of them. You are using the subjunctive mood for second conditional sentences, and in the subjunctive mood, we're talking about something that is unreal and imagined, so was should change to were. A very common example of this that I gave in one of my other videos is, if I were a bird, I would fly. I gave that as an example of how the subjunctive mood works, and it's also an example of a second conditional sentence. If you're interested in learning more about the subjunctive mood, I will put a link to that video here and in the description below. Hopefully through these examples and that explanation, you can remember the main point for the second conditional is to talk about unreal hypothetical situations that involve either the present or the future actions. And now I want to take a look at the third conditional in English. The third conditional is used to talk about past imagined actions and their results. So you are imagining something in the past that did not happen in the past. And you're thinking that in the past, if A had have happened, then B would have happened in the past. To make third conditional sentences in English, you're going to start with if, and then you're going to make a past perfect sentence. So a past perfect sentence is subject plus had plus past participle plus object. So your sentence, if plus a past perfect sentence, plus your comma to separate the if clause from the main clause, and then subject plus would have plus past participle. Remembering that the past participle is the third verb, verb number 3. If he had studied, he would have passed the test. So if he had studied is my if clause, my condition. He would have passed the test is the main clause, is the result. This action is imagined because if he had studied, by using that beginning part of the sentence means that in the past, he did not study in the past. But if he had studied, he would have passed the test. The whole sentence and conditional is talking about the past, imagining what could have happened in the past, but did not. If I had used sunscreen, I wouldn't have gotten sunburned. If she had saved money, she wouldn't have needed a loan. If COVID-19 hadn't become such a huge pandemic, I would have traveled to Europe. If he hadn't been using his cell phone while driving, he wouldn't have caused the accident. From these examples, hopefully you can remember that the third conditional is used for past hypothetical situations, actions that did not happen in the past, but you're talking about what the result could have been if that action had happened. Using conditional situations with an if clause and your main clause to talk about imagined things or possible things is a very common situation in English, and native speakers will use 0, first, second, and third conditionals all the time naturally in English. So please try reviewing this video again and practice using these conditional sentences in your English. And now it's time for question of the day. For today's question of the day, I want you to make 4 sentences in the comments below. I want you to make 1 sentence using each type of conditional. Make sure you understand what you've learned in today's lesson. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it useful, please subscribe to Jen's Jyugyou so you don't miss any lessons. If you gave this video a thumbs up, I would be happy. Good luck with your English studies, everyone, and I'll see you in the next lesson.